Victor Wembanyama displayed the full offensive package against the Dallas Mavericks, scoring 40 points. He displayed a mix of post ups, perimeter isolations, transition pushes, and the Spurs used several half court sets that let him attack mismatches with momentum going to the rim, but also be a play finisher using his length. He wasn't just scoring, he was dictating matchups with intention, forcing rotations, and making the Mavericks pay every time they gave him space. We're going to jump right into the film on how the Mavericks were unable to stop him. The Spurs are going to have Victor Wembanyama set a pin down, and then he's going to come off a pin down of his own, shot fake and drive against Derek Lively, spray it out for Stephon Castle to redrive, and now this is going to create a different set of matchups for the Spurs. Now he has a cross match PJ Washington on him. He's going to feel that contact early and just shoot the ball towards the rim, knowing that he's going to get the foul call. The Spurs are going to start out of horns with Victor Wembanyama on the elbow. He's going to ultimately receive an inverted ball screen, but reject it to try to attack space going to his left. Lively gives some contact, but Wembanyama counters by taking a step back, going to his left at the elbow and just shooting over the top and knocks it down. Tough shot, but he's able to just shoot over the top of practically any defender. The Mavericks pick up full court and then settle into a zone that is definitely going to need some work early in the season. Victor Wembanyama is going to be able to drive in the middle of the floor after getting the ball and pass faking, and the responsibilities are out of whack here. Nobody gets in front of Victor, and he's able to just get wide open on a push crossover. Anthony Davis was trying to 2.9 in the paint, and as he was exiting, Victor was driving, and this is going to be a late rotation, and there's no resistance at the rim as he dunks it. Victor Wembanyama is going to play inverted pick and roll with Dylan Harper as the screener. D'Angelo Russell tries to hedge and recover, and this is going to put Derek Lively in a position to have to cover ground and is vulnerable to the shot fake here. He jumps, and Victor Wembanyama is going to play out of a give and go with Dylan Harper, and now the Mavericks are vulnerable with Wembanyama catching it on the cut and just throwing it down at the front of the rim. Example of the threat Victor Wembanyama poses as a trailer in transition. Dylan Harper pushes, Keldon Johnson gets it on a handoff, and now Harper gets it back, surveying the floor. Derek Lively is pulled out with Wembanyama as the trailer, and now Wembanyama gets it as a stampede attack. He's going to pick up his dribble against the stunt and play through contact, and this is just tough to handle him without fouling. Ball through Victor Wembanyama in the post against a size mismatch with Najee Marshall as the defender. Victor is going to be reading the help defenders. Cooper Flagg, the low defender, shows early help along the baseline. Max Christie helps off the nail. Victor stays patient, attacks into space towards the non-restricted paint area, shoots over the top off of one, and finishes the play. Victor was a complete nightmare in transition. Watch him. He's already in the middle of the floor running hard to the rim. He's past Dwight Powell. Stephon Castle just waiting for that split second, just loft the ball up, and he's able to just catch it high point and just throw it down on a reverse. This was a really impressive possession from Victor Wembanyama. He's pushing the ball on the break, and he has Anthony Davis picking him up shortly after he crosses half court, and he's just going to attack him. Push, crossover, hesitation, and just lowers his shoulder into Davis's chest. Uses a pound dribble to play off two and floats it off the glass. Their Wembanyama is going to have PJ Washington cross matched on him, and the Spurs are going to patiently work the ball around to get the ball to him in the post with an advantage. And the Mavericks are going to be a little dysfunctional here on where they're sending help. Anthony Davis is not prepared to rotate as the low defender. Cooper Flagg sends strong side help, and Wembanyama shot fakes, rips, and drives after getting PJ Washington in the air. And there's no help defense in this position with Anthony Davis, being late on this rotation. Wembanyama cradles the ball and dunks it. Just got to be on the same page there. This was another play where Victor Wembanyama goes right at Anthony Davis. He's going to make himself available in the post. A double comes, and he's going to patiently dribble out while Najee Marshall recovers. And the Spurs are going to continue to patiently clear out for Victor. He's going to get completely to the middle of the floor to attack Davis with nothing but space going to his right. He's going to attack aggressively downhill after a between the legs crossover, and he's going to play out of a stride stop as Davis recovers, shot fakes to get him to leave his feet off balance, and then shoots it over the top and gets the and one to go. After blowing up a lob from Cooper Flagg to Derek Lively while in drop coverage, Victor Wembanyama is going to have a grab-and-go transition opportunity. He's going to have two teammates filling the weak side of the floor. Julian Champagnie's filling the corner. Devin Vassell is in the wing. He's going to stare down Vassell to throw a no-look pass, passing open Champagnie in the corner, who's going to knock down the shot against a late contest. Victor Wembanyama continued to attack the Mavericks bigs out in space. This time he gets lively out in isolation. He tells Devin Vassell to cut through. Now he's retreat dribbling to get a running start, goes between the legs, uses a hesitation dribble to force a reaction, and then plays through contact at the chest and is going to get a step on Lively for an inside hand finish using glass. Wembanyama attacking Lively continued. He goes between the legs and then uses a right to left crossover, shifting Lively, gets a step on him, goes behind the back into a step back. Lively's lunging forward, doesn't give him landing space, and fouls on the three. This is an example of the challenges of giving Victor Wembanyama a size mismatch. Najee Marshall switches onto him after the screen, and now he's bringing up Julian Champagnie to screen and rejects it to attack space, and now it's just using his size against Marshall as he gets downhill and draws a foul. Another option San Antonio has to create space for Victor is to have him pick and pop against a traditional ball screen coverage. Here, he's going to get the ball on the pop, shot fake to get Anthony Davis in the air. And notice the spacing here, three teammates on the right side, so he's going to attack space to his left. Now the goal is to just get as deep as he can, play through contact with a drop step shot fake. And Davis is not going to be able to contest this if he just steps into space and then uses a floater with his inside right hand and using the glass. San Antonio having numerous guards that can get into the paint and create plays for Victor Wembanyama, it's going to become really challenging to contain their offense. Here he gets it on a get action, and then Wembanyama flips the screening direction, rolls to the rim. Davis commits to containing Dylan Harper. And then now Victor Wembanyama is left in a position near the elbow to just be a relief option on the drop-off pass and just throws it down. Another reminder of just how big of a nightmare Victor Wembanyama can be in the open floor. He's pushing on a grab and go and is going to hit Anthony Davis with an in and out dribble, get him off balance, play through contact, and now he's playing off 2 feet and just throwing it down that quickly. The Spurs are going to play out of a Horns flare set here. Devin Vassell gets the ball on the elbow from Stephon Castle, is going to pitch it back to him, and Victor Wembanyama is going to come set that flare screen. Not a great pass here. He's just going to catch it and get it to Wembanyama to get into a handoff with Castle. And Anthony Davis is playing up here. He's going to pressure the ball handler to prevent a potential lob, not knowing how the back line of the defense is currently positioned. So Castle's going to get the ball to Vassell. This creates a chance for Vassell to attack off the catch on the shakeup. And Wembanyama is cutting as it's developed. So this is going to force PJ Washington into a tough position. He has to tag long enough and then be in a position to make the rotation out to Harrison Barnes in the strong side corner to not give up a wide open shot. Cooper Flagg has to rotate quickly enough, but Wembanyama's already behind the defense, so this is just an easy lob. Victor Wembanyama is going to flash to get a pass, not come all the way out to the three-point line after getting this screen. PJ Washington switches, and this is a rip and go opportunity where Wembanyama is using a spin against the recovery, and it's just playing through contact against a much smaller defender, and he gets the foul call. The Mavericks are going to soft switch this screen, putting Max Christie in a vulnerable position to have to guard Victor Wembanyama. He's going to give the ball up to get it back, and this creates a perfect opportunity with an empty corner to get into a spin move before a double can come from PJ Washington. So the spin baseline happens here, plays through contact, plays off 2 feet, and just shoots over the top of Max Christie, who's fully extended, and the contest doesn't even matter. So that's how Victor Wembanyama completely controlled the game, dominating from every spot on the floor, creating offense through movement and patience, and finishing plays that most players wouldn't even attempt. If you like this video breakdown, drop a like, subscribe for more film studies like this, and let me know in the comments what stood out most about Victor Wembanyama's performance.